we're gonna go from this to this. Quick, easy, very comfortable. This is really comfortable. Like, I don't feel as though I have anything on my face. I can feel the lip product, but other than that, and that's a nice thing, like everything feels cozy and hydrated. Grab a cup of whatever makes you feel warm and cozy inside. Stick around and let's get into it. I'm starting with my Saie slip tint because I'm almost through my sun visor. Man, do I go through those. I wouldn't recommend just one drop of that or one little kind of pea-sized amount for full sunscreen. You need more on the face. I've loved this stuff for a very long time. I never use primer. Anything, I just moisturize. I put this on as a priming base. Everything that I throw at it just plays well. I don't know why. It does. I have happy news to report. Jane Iredale has not bothered my face. Oh. So excited. Full scorecard, ready to go. That's the amount that I use. That is a pea size, right? It's a good hefty pea. That's a pea. That sounds weird. That's what I use. Blend it into the back of the hand vigorously. Get it on the old brusharoo and apply to face. And this has been one of the easiest little guys. And by little guys, I mean foundations. To just throw on. I'm putting it all over my cheeks, but here's what I've actually been doing. I've been using the slip tint. I've been using a base that has SPF in it. If you want to see all my favorites in all categories, they're back on my website, The Style Shaker, under the Boss Guide, under favorites. Just go to favorites. It'll take you there. It breaks it all down for you. Out of thousands of products, 10 years, it's all there. I've just been doing this because this is where I get that pinky peachy that I don't love all the time. I call it nature's blush, but it's a little bit haphazard, so I just like to even it out and then add more blush on top, which makes no sense, but to me it makes sense, and that's what matters. And then I just use the residual. If you wanted to build, you could, but look, we don't need to build. I know some of you in the last video were like, I don't usually wear a foundation, specifically around summer. Again, I agree with you. I haven't been wearing a lot of foundations lately, but this one feels so lightweight that I've just been going with it. This is the Westman Atelier. I'm using this brush again. It's just so easy for concealers. I know sometimes I say press and don't swipe, but sometimes when the humidity kicks in, it almost primes my face. The hydration level goes up. And whenever I have that, creamier, denser, more dense concealers and formulas tend to work better with that once there's something underneath of it. I just find a quick blend to work right now. But I do think the environment has something to do with it. Kind of something I didn't notice when I was in California, in the Bay Area specifically. We don't have 4 seasons there. So I forgot when I came back to Tennessee for a little bit, which I know, so cliche. Oh, you were in California and then you went to Tennessee during COVID? How weird. Everybody did that. When I was editing my videos this morning, I was using an old SD card that I hadn't used in a really long time. This is the tinted yellow setting powder from Jones Road. It works really well. You don't really need it on top of the Jane Iredale, but again, 80% humidity. Today we kind of needed it. So I'm editing this video and it's the old SD card. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I remember I have the vacation from my parents came to visit me in Pacifica. And I'm like, shut up. I can't believe I have this. And then of course, Her Royal Highness, my baby Blue, my cat, who's no longer here physically, but there was a video of her and I still can't even talk about it. Honestly, it's really, saw that video come through, didn't bawl my eyes out, which personally I think is progress. Not that there's anything wrong with crying. I think the release is really, really helpful. She was there and I went, wait, I haven't done my Project BB Blue in a few months. Gotta get on that. So in her own little way, she was like, hey, remember you were doing a thing? Maybe do the thing again. So she's still amazing and helpful from afar. That's what I'm saying. I'm going in with the Haus Labs. This is the Haus Labs powder bronzer. I happen to love this stuff. If you couldn't tell, I'm almost done with it. But the ingredients aren't as great. But I like that it's a cooler toned bronzer. And the finish on this, the blend, if you freaked out about bronzer, if you have fair skin and you don't want to go full-blown clown makeup, Oompa Loompa, this could be something fun to play with. It's forgiving. It's really forgiving. So I'm just going light here because I'm going to bring another one into the mix, but I just love to layer the bronzers these days. But look, I barely touched it where the sun would hit the face. Which, remember sun? We've had rain for weeks. I'll take it. We were in a drought. That's fine. But yeah, it would be really nice to see the sun again. But then again, for summer, the sun just means it's going to get real hot. Sometimes a rainy string of days is nice, as long as we don't have floods. Yay. But do you see how subtle? Very, very, very subtle. And there was some stuff on the skin underneath this as you saw me layering. This really feels like nothing on top of the skin. It also doesn't gather, I've noticed. It's just a great bronzer. I never talk about it. I don't know why, because I do like to use this quite a bit. And you don't need a lot. Now, another one that I've been using on repeat, I have this in tan lines that I think I featured this in the last video. I have been reaching for it a lot. This is the RMS bronzer in Malibu Muse. It's actually really hard. Can you say that? Is it just me and my sleep deprivation? This is a warmer toned option. It almost doubles as a subtle blush slash bronzer. And it gives the signature, I'm calling it signature, they didn't, RMS shimmer. It's the best one out. Honestly, it's the best. It doesn't look like a disco ball. You will not see glittery flecks. You don't even want a glow, but it's life-giving in terms of the kind of shimmer it gives. It doesn't look unnatural to me, unless of course you layer and you layer and you layer. That's going to happen with anything, all in moderation. Just pop that on. Very simple. You don't need a lot. And again, I think this is pretty forgiving, but if you're looking for something without shimmer, then the one that I just mentioned is a good option. I do break down all of my favorites by category again, so you can check those out in the boss guide. But yeah, they're there. And then I had to put a little blush on. You know what I do want to try though? The Sweed bronzer. I don't have it. I just realized I don't have the Sweed bronzer. I have a lot from Sweed, but I don't have their bronzer, and I want to know what that's like because this blush is such a contender. It's their Air Blush Cream and Cheeky. Poof, look at that. It's really good pigment, but it's also another easy to control option. So if you're not going to go blush blind, like they say, and just go overboard, a light touch will do. It just sort of lifts a little bit, adds a little bit of life to the face. You know what I mean? You know what I mean, Jelly Bean? It's a really pretty combination. Probably didn't need it. Don't really need 90% of this, but it's fun and I like it. Next up, Viper. These are fun. I haven't featured them quite a bit, but speaking of Tower 28, this is the Go-Go Cooling Shimmer Stick. This is in Viper. It's fun. It's glittery. It's like not something I would wear all the time, but here I am. It's purple. I've used this before in another video, I think. And it goes on quite easily. You do see a little bit of glimmer. Well, you see a lot of bit of glitter here. But another one where you can apply it and it blends really well with the finger. It doesn't dry down quickly like some others out there. But it's not shimmer as much as it is glitter. So you do get the glitter flecks, which I don't always love. But this is a nice little subtle pop. It's not giving disco ball glitter. You know what I mean? Trestique. These are refillable. And the pigment payoff is really nice. But I don't like to apply this directly to my eyelid often. I find this to work better for me. This gives a very velvety finish, and I really like it. I need to keep doing a couple of wear tests here just to see how it goes. But do you see how that just toned this down? It's like a fun combination. You can sort of see the lilac. It's a cool lilac with a little bit of glitter underneath of this sort of soft velvety chocolate brown. I like this combination. I randomly discovered it this morning. Again, is this an everyday? Actually, you could wear less and it could be perfectly fine every day. I kept my mascara on. This is the Sochi mascara. Again, is it Soch or Sochi? One day I'm going to find out. One day I'm going to find out, and it's going to be a good day. But I like that combination. Speaking of Soch, Sochi, This is the black version of one of my all-time favorite waterproof eyeliners. You try eyeliners and they don't last on you. I can't guarantee this is going to last on you, but it's one of the better options out there on the market right now that sticks around and isn't in conventional beauty space. So I like it. It's also very, very fine point. So you can get into tight lining, which I just learned is not necessarily under the eye. It can be right at the lash line. Is that true? I don't know. I really don't know. But I'm going to go put this on. See, I already messed it up. Right at the, do you, like, look at that. I already messed it up because I got some of it on here. I do like a brown for this reason because this is pretty severe. I will probably want to do this for day. But I've really just been doing, I know I always do a wing. This is an even smaller one for me because it doesn't go over the rest of the lash line. It takes the eyes and I like what it does to the eyes. I just like what it does. But you do not feel tugging with this. The payoff is really fast and it's really strong pigment. So that could be a good thing if that's the kind of look you like. If you like softer, smudgier, and you don't need something that looks perfect all day, then you can try something else that's on my favorites list. For those of us who want something more precise, we want it to hang out, we want to go in the 80% humidity and not have it melt right off. Check it out. No one's paying me to say any of this. This is just based off of my testing. These two are brand new. So this is from Basma, and Iris and Romeo. So this is the Iris and Romeo Lip Cocoon Barrier Peptide Balm. Peptides are really having a continued moment, are they not? Everyone loves a peptide. I have their cocoon, lip cocoon, in just the regular treatment as a balm, as a treatment balm that I wear overnight. And I've loved that. I am actually testing another very scientifically backed lip mask overnight, and it's supposed to give you incredible results. I'm specifically looking for the lines that are starting to show a little bit on this side of the lip to see what it can do because the claims are pretty big. So I will get back to you with that. That's going to go up on the Style Shaker soon. But in the meantime, when I wasn't using that, I was using the regular version of the Lip Cocoon. And I really liked it. It's very, very velvety again, like buttery, velvety, silky. The texture's divine and it doesn't have a crazy smell to it. It's just sort of a non-smell smell, I guess. I don't know. This is shade Freedom. Beautiful neutral shade in the bottle. Let's see what it looks like on. Very subtle, really nice. This is nitpicking, but at first I didn't like the narrow applicator. I like a wider applicator, but I also find the benefit of this being that you have a little bit more precision and control. So it grew on me. That's beautiful. Texture-wise, this feels really lovely. I think I put on a little bit more than I needed. A little bit goes a long way. It's like a dusty rose mauve. I love it. I'm really feeling it. You know, sometimes it's just like the more subtle colors that get me. It doesn't always have to be an in-your-face one. This is the lip pencil. I haven't tried their foundation. I've looked at it for ages. Never bought it. Don't know why. This is the lip lock liner, and this is in shade 02. I got this because it's a little bit darker and I like that. Ooh, you can barely see it. I didn't put a lot on. Not too soft, not too hard. Oh wow. It's giving a really strong line. It's kind of bringing me back to the 90s. You know what I mean? I don't always like a strong lip line. I'll do it on the bottom, but I don't like when it gets too harsh or severe because it can kind of, I don't know. I just don't like it visually. Sometimes I don't like it. You know what I mean? I want to see if it bleeds any into the lip line, and I'm not seeing that. It's actually beautiful color, giving me a 90s vibe. Like it's bringing me back to my Delia's days. Ugh, the Delia's days. Sometimes you would just grab a catalog, you'd sit down, and I'd have like weird nachos because that was what I ate. I ate really bad things. Not that nachos are bad, but it just was like odd combinations of food for me. I suppose that hasn't changed much. And then I would flip through my Delia's catalog before I did my homework. Watch like My So-Called Life. These were good times. These were really good times. I enjoyed them. All right, my friends, this is it. Ooh, I don't like that I just did that. Nope. I don't want to do any of those things. This thing. Sorry. Next thing you know, I'm going to be finger tapping. Oof. Ooh. Links, like I mentioned, will be in the description. I'm going to start potentially tagging products in these videos. I don't know. There's so many options now for that. Have a great rest of your weekend. I will see you right back here real soon. Until then, bye.